Well, hello, it's me, the rather elusive one. I'm back again. It's been a while. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, suffice to say, it's been a very long while, and I'm now going to try and get back into doing videos. I know I mentioned it before and said it before, and I've had spates of it, but I think for the benefit of myself and my mental health, I know it's something that a lot of people harp on about, but it's part of the reason why I've not been making videos is because I became apathetic and rather down about things and just kind of let them slip and slide until I got to the point where they became non-existent. But I'm back now, and I'm going to try and put more videos up. I said, once again, I can't promise because, you know, there are slips betwixt cup and lip, as they say. But anyway, I'll bring you back today, and you're with me today in a place called Grinstead, which is out by Ongar in Essex. And it's a tiny, tiny little, I guess you'd call it a hamlet. And it's ancient, it's really, really old. And there's a church here, it's Grinstead. And the church here in Grinstead it's a very, very old church. It dates back to Anglo-Saxon times, sort of 11th century. And it's been made out of 51 oak trunks. And it's the oldest wooden building in Europe. So it's got all that going for it. And it's got quite a few tales that are attached to it as well. Some of them sad but funny, and maybe not funny, but sad and ironic. And there's also I think it's a crusader or a bowman that's buried here. We have done it before, I've done it before previously, but I just want to take you around it today and show you it and just marvel at it, because it's one of those places, it's probably one of my favourite places. I haven't been here for a while, but it is one of my favourite places because purely and simply of the history that's attached to it. It's amazing. And I want you to come and I want you to see it with me. So let's go in. Let's have a look, shall we? So we're just going to walk through this gate here. And it's a heritage watch. And as you can see, there she is in all her glory, the Anglo-Saxon church. And you can see the trunks of the oaks that it's made from there, either side of the doorway. And lots of old graves in here. It's very quiet. I can hear humming of a diesel engine. Someone's left their car running. Environmentally not great, but we're going to get into that. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. And we'll go inside in a minute and just have a look at the history of it. There are, as I say, there's some stories attached to, excuse the bins, but there's some stories attached to that grave there. And we'll get back to that a little bit later. And there's the Crusaders' grave over here. So, I mean, this goes back to 11th, 13th, sorry, is it 12th century? So it gives you some idea of how old this is. Imagine that, Crusaders' grave. The history in this place is just off the scale. It's phenomenal. It's quite a nice misty morning. It's a little bit damp, but you know, it's nice. It's a spring has sprung, as it were. So we can take you around here and look at these graves. It's like I've said before, I love graveyards because, you know, the thing is that to me, it's like a library, isn't it? It's a library of lives. It's people's existence. It's like, you know, these people that lay here have loved and laughed and lived and cried and eventually passed away and remain here. Their remains are here and buried. And it's just phenomenal. So we're going to take a walk around the back. I mean, for example, it's not even sort of ancient history. It's sort of people have put their, they sort of etched their names and dates, 1950 there, into the actual brickwork, which, you know, I don't really like the idea of that, but it has become part and parcel of the history and the tapestry of this church. So let's have a look around here. It's just stunning. Then eventually we'll go inside. And so these are some of those oaks that I was talking about. And I was wrong, it wasn't the oldest in Europe, it's the oldest wooden building in the world. So imagine the stories that have played out in this building and on this land through the millennia. Just amazing. I'll bring it right round it. Here, just lovely. And then what we'll do, we'll just pop inside and have a look. As I say, you know, these people that lay here, probably residents of this area. They would have been residents of this area. Different historical points in time. Imagine the stories they could tell. Imagine the things they saw. Imagine the changes. If they were to come back today, would they recognise this area? Obviously the church would still be recognisable to them, but would the area be recognisable to them? And what lives did they live in this area? Just amazing. And of course there's a little bit of paranormal history to the church as well that we'll be getting into. A little bit of chat inside about that. So let's have a little look. Let's go inside and have a little look, shall we? Hopefully it's open. It's generally open, but I'm not too sure if it's today. But it has been generally opened. There's the sound I love. Oh yeah, it is. Right, here we go. Close the door behind me. Oh, one effort. There you go. It's inside now. So give you some idea of how, look at this building. You can see the actual chisel marks, tool markings that were left by those ancient constructors, ancient builders. And like I say, there is a bit of paranormal history to this building as well. It's absolutely beautiful. And that history being that there is said to be the spirit of a lady that walks in here. Said to haunt this building. And to be honest, I'd be surprised if she were the only one, because the history of it must determine that there must be a lot more people that have happy memories of this place, some sad memories, and some stuff that's played out here that's left its mark, its imprint on the environment. But yeah, just to give you an idea, it's just stunning. Look at that window, look at it. Just phenomenal, isn't it? Gorgeous windows, look at these. What does that say? Taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. Ephesians. Pretty cool. I would recommend that you come here and have a look at this if you ever get the chance. As I say, it's near Ongar in Grinstead, I should say, but people pronounce it Grinstead. But yeah, let's sit down and have a bit of a chat. So as I say, it's been a while since I've done videos, quite a while, unfortunately. And just personal reasons, really. My mojo went, as they say. I think that's what they call it. They term it the mojo. My mojo went. Lost inspiration, and I lost the joy. And I did have a lot of joy doing these videos. And of course the family grew up, the children grew up, and a lot of the videos, as you know, was centered around family life and the children. And they got to a point where they didn't want to be part of it anymore. So that was the end of an era, as far as that was concerned. Obviously I have done other videos outside of the family. And I want to get back to that again. I want to get back to doing something that gave me joy. And this was something that really did give me joy. And I really do miss it. So I'm desperate to bring it back. I'm desperate to have more concerted effort to put some more energy into it. I put a lot of energy into it. And get back to where I was. We all know that things happen in the world. And it's left a bad taste. And unfortunately, the echoes and the after effects of those things have meant that a lot of people have suffered, both mentally and physically. As I said, I don't want to hark on too much about the psychological detriment that a lot of people suffered, but suffice to say that, yeah, I suffered a lot of that as well. And I've got to the point now where I've had to just Well, I think I've come out of it naturally. I think that I've moved away from that cloud, from under that cloud. But it meant that in my life that there were a lot of things that fell by the way. The camping, meeting friends, all of that. It made me more of a, I'm quite insular, I suppose, anyway, by nature. You know, I'm quite, I'm very private and very, I like to be quiet. A lot of people that know me would not think that I was and would say that I wasn't, but I do like time for reflection, and I like time for peace and quiet and stuff like that. And even doing a video like this is very unusual for me because I don't normally broadcast private stuff like this. But I think that if it helps somebody else out there that went through or is going through the same thing, to show them that there is positivity, there is light at the end of the tunnel, as it were, and you just have to work towards it. And this, as I say, is very much my thing, very much my enjoyment. And I'm back to it now. And I'm not gonna promise anything and say that I'll be putting videos up left, right and centre, but I will try and keep more videos going. I will try and add more to it. But yeah, I hope you're all right. I hope you're all happy. Those that have stayed the length, those that have still subscribed to me, and probably a lot of you have, this will pop up and you might think, hang on, who's this? I don't remember being subscribed to this person. Because it has been quite a while, and there have been, you know, there have been lapses in between me doing videos. But yeah, and I thought what a good one to start with would be this, which, as I say, I've done before. And I think I even carried out sort of a paranormal investigation in here, to no avail. I didn't really get anything, but such is the case. But yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful building, and inside it is so tranquil and so peaceful. And it gives you time for quiet reflection, which is good. It's good, get you away from the bedlam of family life, and it's, you know. So let's have a little look around, shall we? Look, I'll just say, look at these markings. These ancient markings from the craftsmen on these walls, on these oaks. And these are the oaks. These oaks must be, God, you're looking at 11th century, aren't you? So you're looking at nearly 1,000-year-old oaks and probably 1,000-year-old markings. There's a nail there, look. Pretty cool. But just think of the history, think of the people that built this, our ancestors. How cool is that, eh? How amazing is that? Just to run your hand over it and feel that you're rubbing your hand through history. And all those people that came in here to pray, to celebrate, to find solitude. All their memories etched into these fibres, into this building, just like these craftsman's marks are. They're permanent. They're there forever. Yeah, it's just amazing. So let's go outside now. Open the, there you go. Beautiful. I do like this because it is tucked out the way. It means you can, it's a lot of solitude here. Need to close that, let's have a look. There you go, that's good. Let's have a look and see what we got. There's a font there. It's brilliant. I love these little cottage industries that that pop up around these churches. It's all very English, isn't it? All of these little products that are made by the locals, local honey and what have you, and apricot preserves and jams and cough sweets. It's very sort of British, isn't it? I love it. It's very quaint. It's just stunning. Right, let's have a walk outside and a little look out there, shall we? Just want to show you something else while we're here, just to add to the history. If you look here, anybody know what that is? I'll tell you, shall I? You maybe know, but that is a leper's hole. So that is what lepers used to come to. They used to come to service or mass. It would have been mass in the day, wouldn't it, being Catholic? Well, I think your Church of England masses as well, but. And these are what they used to look through to sort of keep them separated from the worshippers inside, because obviously these people were suffered with the plague, which is very, very sad. So it's a leper's hole. It's just, the whole place is teeming with history. Just fascinating, just beautiful. To give you an idea of the sort of surroundings that this church is nestled in, there you go, there's horses over there, so there's fields and just nothing but countryside. Absolutely stunning. Just beautiful. Right, so there is an interesting story attached to this grave here. It's just a wooden marker now, but this dates back to sort of 19th century. I'm not sure if it's early, mid or late, but it's 19th century none the same, so we're looking at sort of maybe Victorian. And the story is that the man that lays here was actually a publican, and he used to be the publican or the landlord of a local hostelry. And one drunken bet that he had with one of the local farmers was that he could scythe more hay within a designated time period than the actual farmer could. And so they put the bet, they worked the bet out on booze, and the next day, obviously hungover, he decided to attempt this, and sadly and unfortunately he caught himself with the scythe, and he bled out, and this is why he's here today. So there you go. So don't be making drunken bets, people. Don't be doing silly things like that. And therein lies a tale. But yeah, interesting, isn't it? And just to give you an idea of the church again, it's absolutely stunning. So peaceful, especially now that the diesel engine's turned off. Lots of bird song. Very blissful, stunning. So as you can see, the original church, the oldest part, is that bit in the middle. Those are later additions. I think that's a Victorian addition. The church tower, might be the bell tower. No, it's not a bell. No, it might be the bell tower. And then obviously we've got the addition here. It looks, I don't know, it could be Tudor. I'm not sure, but it is definitely a later addition to this church in the middle, to the church in the middle. We're just sort of contemplating the people that lay here and thinking, you know, how many of these people knew each other, how many of their lives were intertwined, you know, what experiences did they have. It's great, because these places certainly make you ponder, and that's what I love about history, the fact that it sort of pushes you back and it makes you think about other people's lives, you know. It gives you it makes you feel empathy as well. And people say to me, you know, well, what's the point of doing investigations around cemeteries and graveyards? Or churches, because, you know, they're not. Why would they be haunted? Why would people haunt them? You know, they're not significant. Well, I'm afraid to tell people that they are significant. They played a big part in the lives of the people that are probably laid here and other people. You know, they were significant to them. They were happy places for them. They seeked solitude in them. They got peace from them, friendships. You know, people were married in these places. There's lots and lots of happy memories for people to keep wanting coming back. You know, and you have to remember that back in the day, people's whole life was intertwined with the church. That was it. Amazing to think of. So that's it for me today. I'm afraid that's the end of this vlog, this video. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you got something from it. Apologies for not being around for quite a long time, and I'll try and make it back. I'm making no promises, but I will try my best to make it back and make more vlogs and continue the video, because as I say, it's good for my mental health. It's good for my mojo, as it were, to be back. So with that said, I hope you all stay well. I'll see you in the next vlog. There definitely will be a next vlog pretty soon. I mean to do a lot of churches, because I find that the history and the whole ambience of churches is just amazing. And there'll be all sacred sites as well I'd like to do as well. So we'll get back to you later. See you soon. Bye guys.